The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
So they'll all be like bogan hybrid names.
You did not.
I did.
You did not. I'm too lazy to even do that.
Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne.
3-night beach vacation. Deep sea. Down in Panama.
6:03 Wednesday morning.
Hey, yo.
Where was that from?
What? I didn't hear it.
Ash singing. Sounded like it was someone has flogged some off-air audio there.
I don't know. They must have singled that out when I was singing along to that song yesterday.
Yeah, right.
The he's in town. What's his name?
Who?
Oh, Luke Combs.
Oh, Luke
Luke
Combs.
Combs.
Yeah.
What were you two gig? Oh, I like the sunnies, Nikki.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, that was cool.
My eyes are puffy. I got sleep, but I've got puffy eyeballs this morning, so I was like, oh.
Nikki's got a classic, like, no one's going to know this, but like Slim Aaron's.
Slim Aaron.
You look like you're from a Slim Aaron's, like
Do I like a modern
you know who that
Slim
is?
Aaron?
No.
you know, you see like, you see it a bit around, like,
Basically,
you explain it, Nikki.
Every woman who says, I want a Palm Springs style house and can't afford one, goes and gets a Slim Aaron's print. It's a famous photographer from the 60s who'd photograph all those kind
Yeah,
of... 50, 60s.
Yeah, yeah.
It was
That'd be
the
like
jet
people
setter.
standing around.
Yes,
Around the
yes,
pool
yes.
I've
and-
seen. I know, okay,
Don't you
that's,
reckon
that's
that's
called
that
a Slim
vibe?
Aaron. Yes.
Yes.
Because
Great call.
I'm not a woman that wants to Palm Beach house, whatever, but I love Slim Aaron's.
The prints are
Yeah,
awesome.
so do I, actually. They're cool.
But Nikki does a cool thing.
I recreated one on my New Year's Eve party. I made everyone dress up full retro. I hired a photographer to get a photo in our garden of all my friends doing the Slim Aaron
It's
thing.
the best.
that's cool.
And it looks like a Slim Aaron's.
Was that the theme for the night?
Yes.
Slim Aaron.
Because you don't want random people in your lounge room on your wall.
No, I didn't want any crusty Europeans that I didn't know up there.
It's
I wanted
actually
my
the
mates.
best.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah.
Can we see that pic? That'll be
Yeah,
cool.
I'll dig it
I think I'd
up.
rather have your pic on my wall than an actual Slim Aaron's now.
Yeah,
I'm not even
we
kidding.
could make that a print.
Yes.
yes.
we could do one.
Oh, we could do one.
Oh, no, but
Yeah.
don't ruin
I've got
it.
the house. I've got the house.
You've got the house
Not
for
my
it.
house, but my mate's got the
Of
house.
course you do. You know everyone
Yeah, yeah.
who's
And
got
I've got
houses.
the perfect house.
Does it
Comiskey.
does it have a pool?
Yeah. Cactus house.
Yeah, oh yeah, I've seen that.
my
Yes.
God.
Oh,
It's the
nothing
perfect
like
house.
some
Yes.
succulents to really set the tone.
And it's even got Brisbane in the background. So it'd be perfect.
Oh,
We're doing it.
perfect. We have to do that.
I'll make it cool.
Put on the wall where Susie used to be.
Yes!
Yeah, that's
That'd be
cool. Yes. Yes, we're all in it.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's another radio station will steal it now.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Yo. Bring it back.
Throwback Throwdown.
It's on 2025 Throwback Throwdown.
So I like this. Slight switching it up a little bit.
Yeah, well,
This
we're
year.
going to let you know what you've got a little bit earlier.
Yeah,
I sat in the meeting yesterday. I fully understand what's going on.
Of course.
But just for the,
Could you just
For
explain
everybody.
again, Mitch, just for everyone else?
So I can
for
follow
Nikki,
along.
for Nikki, please.
Well, it used to be a bit of a bit of a frenzy over the course of like 2.5 minutes. We
so
just sort of,
so last year at this point right now,
Yeah.
you'd be madly trying to find a song because you had to lock yours in, but otherwise I could have jumped in and got something you liked.
Oh, you can steal a song.
Yeah, but now what we're doing is we've got a list of songs from 2009.
2009, a year we've already thrown back to only yesterday because we're talking about, Nikki, your time on Deal or No Deal.
Oh, that was when I was a dealette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've gone back to 2009.
Oh, I see, yes.
Yep.
Okay,
And these are
yep.
some of the significant songs, not necessarily the top 10 or top 20 songs, just significant songs
They're
from that
clearly
year.
not the top 20. I'm reading the list and I'm struggling to find one.
Oh, there's some big. Like I got a feeling by the Black Eyed Peas. They were pretty big back then.
Yeah, so there's
You know
songs.
that one. Yeah. I think they performed about that time.
You'd be about this one too, Ash.
Don't chase that feeling like
The Hoods.
Hoods.
Yeah.
I think it's down to these two for me.
And you've had, so the idea I think is, so when are we going to announce what we're going for this
Yeah, we're going
today?
just before 8 o'clock this
Yeah.
morning. So we'll let you marinate on the songs that are in front of you. You get a full list.
Potentially, if there's one there that
speaks
had
to you.
some sort of significance to you back in 2009, maybe while you're in the change rooms of Deal or No Deal, you used to put these on to get yourself centred.
I spent my 30th with the Hilltop Hood.
There you go.
There you go. See, this is what it is. It's like a trip
Sort of
down memory lane.
Yeah, they
Potential.
crashed my party.
Did they?
They did. They made it
Crashed
good.
or
They made it a lot
crashed?
better. They crashed
Yeah, good. Okay, righto, so there's a good list there. food for thought. So round 8.
Round 8. A little bit of Mumford and Sons to take us out. 2009. We'll come back and maybe pitch your case. Throwback Throwdown 2009.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
I had an interesting afternoon yesterday afternoon. I got back and I plugged back into domestic duties. I had to go to the vet to get my dog's anal gland expressed.
Oh, it's always something, isn't it?
Expressed.
Did you know this is a thing?
Yeah, I heard about this for the first time a week ago because I got a beautiful Groodle, but she's been doing the, sit down and dragging herself around, and my wife's like, we need to get that anal gland released. And I'm like, we've got to do what now? That sounds like a you job.
Did your wife do it?
No, not her. Like, she can even put her in the car and take her wherever it gets done. So
yeah, because one of my friends pointed out to me, they're like, the way she's dropping a bot like that, she's got anal glands, and
Is
they've
it like
got to be
rubbing on the ground, or what's
it's just like a pressure thing. So they're trying to get rid of the pressure by going with their butt on the ground. I'm I'm acting it out right now. It's very much out of context.
I got you.
But it was the journey to get there that was the most interesting. Now, I had a car crash last week because someone crashed up
went
the butt.
Went up your anal gland.
Yeah, yes, we had our anal gland expressed at a set of lights. The exact same set of lights. Yesterday, I was caught up in a road rage incident where I'm coming around. Now, I must say these lights they're too quick. So everyone's always really shuffling to get around them. And then if someone dawdles around...
3 cars get through or something like that.
Yeah.
If someone's on their phone, you can miss a whole lot.
Yeah, or if someone just farts around, people get quite ragey. So anyway, I'm behind these 2 cars, and the car at the very front's having a dawdle. And then the car behind it, which was a little sports car, it was not impressed. So I think this is what happened. He's horned the car in front of him, and the car in front of him, out of protest, has slammed on the brakes. He's gone up the bum of the car in front of him, and I'm there ready to take the other one's anal gland.
Yep.
But I've pumped the brakes really hard, and I've come like a bee's dick shy of running up this guy's butt. And I'm just sitting there going, twice in 1 week.
Same
Is
set
it
of
the
lights?
same car?
Same lights.
Same car?
Different car, thank God. I was in a better car, and those brakes were good.
And you didn't hit it?
Yeah, public service announcement, make sure your brakes are good, because otherwise that would have been a very expensive afternoon. But anyway, I made it to the vet, and I got in there, and there was this guy next to me who was looking at me funny, and he goes, are you Nikki Osborne?
This isn't another dump opportunity. What's going on?
It could be brewing. No. He goes, no, he said, are you Bush Barbie? Which is my other character. I get a lot of Bush Barbie. In fact, usually people just yell out, Bush Barbie!
Yeah, right.
I go, yeah. Oh, wait.
Is that one?
Nikki just said something naughty, so you know what that means. Nikki's Dump Button Bingo. Call 13 24 10 now to win $1,000.
that one even surprised.
That wasn't. You genuinely did not mean that.
No, I really didn't.
That was
mean
not supposed to
one.
be it. That was not supposed to be.
I was in character.
So now we know when you go Bush
I've got
Barbie.
the greatest I've thought of her just walking along the street, and that's what she yells out as someone does yell it out.
Yeah.
If you see Nikki on the street now, I want to test this theory.
Yeah. So is there more to the story? Obviously, if that wasn't.
Yeah, no. It wasn't actually that exciting, the end of the story. But yeah, as we've just exchanged, acknowledgement that he knew who I was, she came out and she goes, whiskey's ready for a butt to be expressed.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Oh, see, look, this is what just comes out of my mouth.
Nikki's 10K Dump Button Bingo.
Do you know what? That one that you dumped then, you dropped an F-bomb then, that was so naturally delivered.
Under the radar. I'm amazed Mitch got that one. That was just... I didn't even hit a vowel sound in it. So it was more just a collection of F, K and N.
Well, more double G, I'd say.
Almost.
It was a double G-er. I think that was a double G-er.
We would have let that one probably slide through to the keeper if, under normal circumstances.
Yes. Yeah,
if
I hardly picked it up myself.
Yeah.
You could have just barreled on with the story and we might have been okay.
Yeah,
I know, Mitch. You could have just let it
Mitch
go.
took the moral high ground.
I could have been cool.
Yeah,
just
let it ride.
No.
Mitch just cost the boss $1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's your fault, Mitch.
I don't know, the way that he was swearing from behind the glass over there, I Think that he had eyes for you then,
No, they
Nick.
came in, they said, that's coming out of your pay, Osborne.
Mitch would be like that referee on the 78th minute of Origin and pick up a dodgy play the ball.
Yeah.
Like, come on, mate, let it go with this level.
I'm having a grand final decided by a cheap penalty.
Good on you, mate.
Yeah.
Get your
Let
name,
the game flow.
Get your name in lights, mate.
Yeah. Nobody. Yeah.
Put the whistle down.
The best penalty op is the one you don't notice, mate.
Fran from Redland Bay didn't miss it. Good morning, Fran.
She did not.
Hello, how are you guys?
We're good, Fran. Oh, you must be pleased that I've dropped one early this morning and
Yeah,
you've got through.
I tell you what, I've never been so glad to hear someone drop an F-bomb.
I mean, in fairness, it didn't go to air. We should actually show what it sounded like.
No, he said, are you Bush Barbie? Which
do
is
you
my
get a
other
bit of that?
character.
Yeah,
I get
that's
a
your
lot of Bush
character.
Barbie. In fact, usually people just yell out, Bush Barbie!
Yeah,
I
right.
go, yeah. Oh, wait.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Oh, well done, Fran. $1,000 richer.
Not a problem. Just want to say a big fat welcome to you as well. Third day in and I love you already. Let's just say that.
I love you, Fran. I'd give you a cuddle if I could.
Would you?
Yeah,
Yes,
public one. Just run up to me in public and say, I'm Fran. And I'll give you a
All right,
cuddle.
will do.
Redland Fran.
Yeah, that's me.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
A lot of common sense has gone out the window, I've discovered, because I don't know about you guys, but I encounter a lot of Karens. Have you ever had a Karen experience?
Oh, I think everyone's had a Karen experience.
I find them more and more and more, especially post-COVID, that more people are becoming dictators on the streets. The fun police.
What do you mean, just whinging more?
Just,
More?
no, like yelling at you, rousing on you for doing something when you're just minding your own business.
Is it family related or school related for you? Like, you know
No,
what I mean?
just
Like, or
out in the public, just public related. For example, I took my kids to the beach last weekend and we're up the quiet end of the beach and there was no one around really. There was one guy swimming a million miles away and we were skimming rocks because no one was around. We're just skimming rocks and we're having a lovely time. I'm like, yes, I'm bonding with my kids. This is really good. They're not on their gadgets. They're actually talking. They're smiling. The sun's getting their skin, which is rare.
Not for you, David. But,
No,
yeah.
That's a different,
But anyway,
different conversation.
having a nice moment. And then the swimmer has started to make a beeline straight for me. So he's changed his course. He swum into the trajectory of the rock. So we've stopped.
Yes.
He swims up. He wades out thinking he's Bond. Comes up to me and goes,
Is he waist length now? I'm just trying.
yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's not till his DTs are revealed that he goes, you shouldn't be doing that here. And I'm like, I beg your pardon. Now I've kind of reached the stage where I don't tolerate it anymore. And he goes, you shouldn't be doing that here. That's dangerous. I'm like, what? I shouldn't be skimming rocks at the beach. He's like, yeah, you don't do that here. Then I said, well, where should I be doing it? On your car? Kindly point me towards it. He's like, I beg your pardon. I said, who made you fun police?
Good on you.
And then finally my husband wanders over.
Oh, nice.
And he's like, "Arr," just doing that one, doesn't really say anything. And the guy, Just, I'm like, good call, Jeremy.
She's married to a caveman. Yeah, awesome.
Well, he's a pom and he's
Right,
quite,
okay.
upper crust. He doesn't sound like
right.
that at all. I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
Anyway, we'll get to know Jeremy over the over the time. Think Mr. Sheffield.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
and I'm more Fran Fine. But anyway, so this guy's wandered off. But this happens to me a lot, right? Randoms in the public come up.
You get
and
in
just-
exchanges.
I get in exchanges, just
Yeah.
living my life. And we've moved into this other area on the Sunshine Coast where there's kind of a shared beach area on the canal.
Yeah.
And my youngest, we bought him a stand-up paddleboard so he could go stand-up paddleboarding every morning. We're like, yes. And we went a weekend. I'm like, I bet some Karen is going to ruin this by complaining that he's there. Then one morning, my son comes in tears. He's been down on the beach with the dog, like just digging a hole with the dog. We had a dredger coming through.
That's not the place for that, by the way.
No, exactly. They said, you can't dig a hole there.
Oh, what? Why
And this is our neighbour.
Who came through? A dredger?
Yeah, so a dredger had come through and reinstated all the sandbanks in that area. So he's gone and had a go at my kid.
How much damage could your kid actually be doing? Come on.
I know, but this is just a constant barrage of people policing people.
Do you think you're throwing out an aura? Because I
think it's because I've got big eyeballs.
Do you look? Do they think you're?
I think I'm a target for sure.
Yeah, you're definitely a target.
I'm always the searched one at an airport. Like
in a different way, he's a target for things like weird shit happens to Ash.
Oh, really? You get
that can only I can't think of a prime example. You'll go into a shop and someone will accuse you'll get weird accusations.
Yeah, I know. I can't think of
what I mean.
right.
Like, it happens a lot to him in a different way where you must be. I don't know if it's the aesthetic of you guys specifically, or whether it's an aura that you're throwing at people.
I feel like I've got an open energy, so people just feel like they have to tell me.
Yeah.
Just make me feel
correct
bad.
you.
Basically,
Yeah,
people want me
you.
to feel bad. And I reckon Ash just looks like a target because he looks like he could deck someone.
Yeah, he looks a bit like angry or something.
I get that all the time.
It's for real.
Yeah.
You do. You'll come back and go, it never happened. Some bloke just did this to me. I'm like, that has never happened in my life.
Yeah.
But it happens to you like once a month.
That's because you're a ginger and we have to protect you.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that.
Protected species.
You're not allowed on the beach, so you won't get into confrontations.
Let him dig a hole. He might get in it.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Cassie has rung in for you, Nikki, out of Griffin. You just told a story about how you got, not berated, but you got confronted by a Karen.
Karen and a Darren.
Karen and a Darren.
What is the male equivalent of a Karen? A Darren?
I think at the time, I might have some confirmation there. If Nick, you remember this, the male Karen, was it Chad at one point? Were they trying to make that work?
No, that
I feel
sounds like
was
a frat boy.
Yeah, I feel like they were trying to make
Chad's frat.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like they were trying to make it work around the Karen time, but it didn't stick.
Let's just call it Darren, just to make it easy. Darren.
Yeah.
Well, Cassie out of Griffin, it says you are the fun police, so you're that person.
I'm trying not to be so hard. But we've got 2 blocks of vacant land next to where we live in Griffin, and we think our neighbour's kid got a dirt bike over Christmas.
Oh, actually, I can relate to this one.
We can just hear him every 15, 20 minutes out on the dirt bike, just going in circles, not doing anything, no tricks, nothing, just circles.
Not even tricks.
He sets our dog off. So it's between the dirt bike sound and our dog that I'm going to pull my hair out, plus my 3 kids on top of that.
So you've moved out there.
Yell over the fence.
Oh, see, I understand this actually. Look, I'm about to go back on what I was saying.
Well, that's pretty. That's
annoying.
That's a nightmare what you got going.
Yeah, that's
on there.
that's
drive
noise
me mental.
pollution.
He's not even doing tricks, so it's not even interesting.
Yeah, so it's not even.
No, I can't go out there and cheer him on. Like, that's a good one.
Yeah,
it's like, no, shut up.
He's going to be on the podium in 2032. No, he's not. Unless circle work becomes a.
Yeah, I want to know, how do I make him stop without seeming like a Karen?
Oh,
let that
put
dog
up
loose
some...
on him.
I mean, there's personal.
Or you just give it a chance.
If you don't do that.
I was thinking about letting the dog out and let the dog chase him.
You could put up a bit of that, like, roadworks, like, netting, that orange netting. Like across the front and say under construction or something.
The whole block.
Scare them off, make it... How big's the block?
Who owns the block?
I don't know. I reckon you could put three like houses on it. So it's like a decent sized block.
Right.
Oh, and how old is this kid?
I think at least 12.
12. What a 12-year-old.
And you know that 12-year-old's having the best time on that block. Well,
yeah.
There's a spare
and
block down there.
Holiday,
I go down there.
so it's during the day.
Oh, that's a nightmare.
I bet you gets into big jumps.
I don't think that makes you a Karen, by the way.
No, Cassie, this is a conundrum, not a Karen.
But this is the problem. This is the problem. See, if Cassie does go, sits there on it for a week or so and goes, bugger this, I'm going to go and confront the kid. Listen, this is right next to my house. It upsets my dog.
Yeah.
It's completely intruding on the noise for all the neighbourhood. And he's going to go, oh, you should see this Karen that lives down the street. He'll call you a Karen for that.
Oh, I'm scared that if I say something, he'll do something to the cars or...
Yeah, you never know.
Or you could do that thing that's trending on the socials where women just go out and start behaving really strangely. Yeah. Like you become the weirdo. Like just start acting really weird.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Yeah. And then you'll be like, there's this really weird lady.
Yeah, just, you know the girl from The Ring? What's her name?
Samara.
Samara from the horror film The Ring. Just stand out there looking like her. That kid will be gone in no time.
He'll dress in like a Ninja Turtle outfit and just start, I don't know, crawling around. Like anything, just
be
like scare
weird.
him off. Just be weird. Then you don't have to be the bad guy. You're just the weird person.
Yeah. Cool.
Kelly? Yeah, what do we got?
Where you wanna go?
Kelly out of Burpengary. Yes, Kelly.
So I've got the opposite kind of going on, but when I go shopping, I'm kind of targeted for a different reason. They tend to just tell me their entire life story. I'm just trying to buy a loaf of bread or milk, and I will leave knowing everything about that person, and I'm like going, oh, God. And it's not stop.
You got a giving face.
You d-
God, I hope not.
doesn't sound right.
I regret
at
saying
all.
that.
No,
I regret saying that, Kelly, but you've got a giving face.
I'm writing that down for my Valentine's card.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
I was cringing for one of my schoolmates yesterday. I'm involved in this school chat with back in high school. We were a rowing crew. We won the head of the river. It was a big deal. And
don't laugh. It was a big deal.
It was.
You got to take.
It was. But we had a big reunion last.
He
year.
laughed at his own sporting prowess.
And
be proud, mate.
And anyway, but what survived is the WhatsApp group from that event. So it's like now we're all in touch with each other. You know, just
when did you reconnect out of interest?
Well, last year we had the reunion, so we got this WhatsApp group going last year, and we all went to our former rowing coach's house.
Okay.
Down in northern New South Wales, and we spent the weekend there with him, well, the Saturday night. And,
What, a whole bunch of you?
The whole rowing crew at the coach's house.
How many?
9 of us. Yeah.
Oh, plus the coach.
Yeah.
He was the cox.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know much
you know what
about
that is?
rowing, no.
Yeah.
The cox is the little fella.
Yeah, that steers the boat.
He
The
was
little guy.
He was little back in the day.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you were steering.
Stroke.
All right.
Yeah, I was,
Stroke.
Yeah.
Stroke.
Oh, you're the
with a
guy
little-
who yells and wakes everyone up on the waterfront.
That's it, with the little megaphone, yeah.
Yeah.
And anyway, there's another rowing dinner coming up, evidently, and the boys are in touch saying, hey, this event's on. I'm actually going to be emceeing it for the school, but do you guys want to come along? And one of the guys that I rode with, Ross Norman, who was always getting into fights with the coach, who's Mr. Lee, Isla Lee, back in the day. Ross puts up on the group yesterday, hey, from what I gather, one of the main reasons we're wanting to get the people together for the lunch, Isla's health is slipping a bit, and he's not getting out much these days. Without sounding morbid, you never know what might happen. And I'm like, oh wow. That's what, and I was like, really, we should all make an effort to go to this lunch.
Hang on, is Isla in the chat as well?
Well, I assume that he wasn't.
Oh, no.
Until about 5 minutes later when Isla himself has responded and goes, Norman, what's this about my slipping health? And my inability to get out much these days. There's nothing wrong with him.
He's fit as a fiddle.
No, he's as fit as a fiddle.
Probably fitter than Norman.
He's coming, and now they've organised that they're actually going to get 2 ergs at this lunch. And
2 what?
2, those rowing machines.
Oh, yeah,
2
yeah.
ergs.
Okay. Yeah.
And Norman's going to go, because Isla Lee rowed in the Moscow Olympics in 1980. He's a legend of rowing, and he's got
written him
arms
off.
like this. He's got the biggest guns on him that you've ever seen.
Oh, I hope he beats Norman.
And Norman was always the embellisher. You didn't check who was in the group. You got to check.
You do have to check.
You've
I've
gotta
had
check.
that.
I should have waited 5 more minutes. He might have had a GoFundMe set up for him. He could have had some money.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
All right, John Millman, former Australian tennis player, who is doing a great job in the commentary, Channel 9.
Certainly is.
With Pistol Pete.
Pistol Pete Pasoltis.
Pistol Pete Pasoltis in the commentary box, and you can catch all the Australian Open action on Channel 9 and 9 Now. We've got him on the phone. You're a Brizzy boy, aren't you, John? How are you, mate?
I am a Brizzy boy. G'day, guys. I love being down here, but I'd prefer to be back home in Brisbane. Passionate
don't we
Queenslander.
Yeah, mate, you're a great guy, Johnny. I sat next to John at a Storybridge Hotel at lunch last year and had a great chat. He was great on stage with whoever we interviewed him. But can we just address the white elephant? Peter Pasoltis, your co-host. How have you found him, John?
Well, first of all, going back to that lunch, I saw you destroy a mud crab.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
In record time.
Yeah, it's one of those lunches. That was a great day, wasn't it?
No, it was good. But no, Salty's awesome. I absolutely love him. Obviously, I've known him for a long time. He keeps on reminiscing about a time that we might have played fixtures together when I was there.
This is what we want to address here, John. So just for clarity here with Nikki,
speed.
Peter Basaltas is an old friend of John's, an old friend of Ash and mine as well. We've worked for many years together. He looks 70, but he's actually in his mid-40s.
He looked 40 when he used to do work experience with us.
Yeah, he's a portly Greek man.
4BC, yes.
But the legend of Peter Basaltas is that he was a tennis player / coach of ilk back in the day. Yeah. Ashley Bradnam.
Well, when we were working at 4BC, he would always talk himself up as a tennis player, and that he used to get coaching from the best. And I had a tennis court at the unit I was living in Surfers Paradise, and one day I went on Pistol. We used to call him Pistol.
After Pistol Pete Sampras.
After Pistol Pete Sampras, and now he goes with Salty. But back in the day, he was
Pistol.
And I said, Pistol, let's play. You're down on the coast. Let's play a game of tennis, a match of tennis. My memory is that I beat him 6-love, but it may have and I can't play tennis, John.
So if he played fixtures with you, John, that'd be extraordinary.
Yeah, well, mate, he keeps on reminiscing about the time we played when I was 6 years old or something. He reckons he got a few games, but I reckon
come on,
generous because I can't quite remember it.
Have you got another commentary experience with him at the Open? You got more to come with Pete?
Yeah, we've been commentating a fair bit. We started up in Brisbane.
Please drop Pistol Pete, because Salty is not his nickname. His nickname is Pistol Pete.
I'll get that through today.
Thank you.
That through today.
Okay, we'll get that a run tomorrow on the show. If you can do that, that'd be awesome.
And I would like that to be our legacy as well. That we change his name back to Pistol Pete, the OG.
Salty.
Now we haven't got time to talk about the tennis, so thanks for that, John. No, the demon. The demon.
Yeah. No, he's going well, isn't he? The big demon. Was tested for a set there against Alex Mickelson, but came through in flying colours. He's got the big test tonight, though. Yannick Sinner, the world number one. Yannick was crook, though. He was actually pretty sick in his match. He was shaking, like visibly sick. Not there was no faking or anything. So I didn't see Yannick at the course at all yesterday.
Wow.
I imagine he was. I would imagine
Melbourne
he was.
Gastro.
Yeah, I'm not totally sure what it was, but it looked pretty. He looked second rate, that's for sure. So I didn't look there yesterday. He kind of, I think he's given himself a bit of time off. They play in the night, which I think probably helped.
Yeah,
the fact that this sun's gone.
Well, he's a ginger.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly.
I mean, it affects us. The heat affects us. It's actually a fact. It's like science, Nikki.
Yeah, no, I believe you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but
I haven't seen you outside yet.
No, I don't.
He doesn't venture
We're
out
vampires.
Hey, by the way, just speaking about playing injured, the Joker last night, Djokovic, what is he, 38 years of age? He's got some type of injury, but it was enough for him to move through to his, 16th semi-final.
That's
or something
extraordinary.
like that. But
with that injury in the first set as well, John.
Well, this might be with a preview to Sinner as well, because Joker said that he took painkillers during the match. Now, what type of painkillers would they be? Because if they're
I don't know, but I want to get my hands on them.
and keep them away from Sinner.
Yeah, exactly right. No, he was impressive though, wasn't he? Last night, the big Novak.
Oh yeah.
I think Carlos Alcaraz wasn't too impressed with the injury. I think it probably changed the way he approached that game. He tried to engage in a bit of cat and mouse, and it didn't necessarily work. But Novak loves his back up against the wall. And when he's back up against the wall, he comes out firing on all cylinders. He did so once again.
Ease up, Nikki. But honestly, after that first set, I would have had Djokovic at 100-1. Like, I thought he was gone.
Yeah, and you probably would have been in a bit of trouble then, because didn't he bounce back? Yeah. I thought, to be honest with you, third and fourth set, I thought he was moving 100%. So you're right. Whatever the painkillers were, let's get some. It might improve my golf game at Brisbane Golf Club.
Now remember, Pistol Pete.
Okay, I'll get that through today.
Awesome, brother.
Thank you, mate.
Lovely call. Cheers, mate.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Throwback Throwdown.
They could have won it for this year too. 2009.
Retiring champion. 2009, the year that was. We've got ourselves a little recap just to remind you of some of the biggest hits that was.
Multiple media outlets are now reporting that pop singer Michael Jackson has died.
After a contentious campaign against Senator John McCain, Barack Obama was elected the nation's 44th president. With his win, he became the first black president in our nation's history.
The whole of King Lake is ablaze, mate.
What can you actually see now?
Flame everywhere. Trees exploding, gas tanks exploding, buildings on fire.
The 7th of February 2009 will now be remembered as one of the darkest days in Australia's peacetime history.
Thank you so much for giving me a chance to win a VMA award.
Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. One of the best videos of all time.
Wow, 2009.
Jeez.
That felt like yesterday.
I see the anxiety listening to do that.
It makes you feel old, doesn't it,
That's
when you
16
hear...
years. Is that 16 years already?
Don't do the math.
Oh,
mate.
you.
Don't do the math. Right, where are we going with this? We've got a list. My memories of, like paparazzi Lady Gaga, it must have been around 2009 when it came out, but I was in LA at the Star Magazine Young Hollywood party.
That makes sense.
Which I wasn't invited to, something my mate was.
Okay.
And
Duncan.
And late now was other guy, the handsome handyman, Jake Tyson. And we went to that, and Gaga, I was trying to crack onto the chick from Sunset Tan. She was a ginger as well. Never would have worked. No. And they said, "Here's Lady Gaga," and it was on a stage she was like
what, before she broke?
She was half a foot higher than the rest. It wasn't a stage. Stage is too strong for it. And she played. What was the big first one?
Poker Face.
Oh, Poker Face, yes.
And
Just Dance.
In my mind, paparazzi got to run. It might not have, but. And I went, who's this? And I went to the bar and didn't even... I was standing as close to you right now, Nikki, when she was on stage. I went, this chick, who cares?
Oh, no.
And then she
I did that
emerged.
with Chris Hemsworth.
What?
Did you really? Oh,
yeah,
my God.
that's another story.
Well, anyway, so I'm going to lock in paparazzi Lady Gaga just for that moment.
All right. Lutsy's pick 2009. Who's next up? What do we got?
I'll have a crack at the Black Eyed Peas because in 2009... That must have been when they came to the entertainment centre. And that was, I know I've mentioned it heaps of times, but it was like one of the most impressive things I've ever seen.
You've got to
I'll tell you, Nikki, you're fresh, mate. You know will.i.am from the Black Eyed Peas?
Yes.
At the Ent he started a freestyle rap in the middle of a song. He just went off on his own tangent, but he kept referencing, and the reason you could tell he was making it up on the spot was he just kept referencing things that were happening in the moment.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
People in the stadium, different things that were going on, that it was just completely top of mind. And it had to go for 2 or 3 minutes, this freestyle rap that was just like completely brilliant.
Well, he is a genius, that guy.
Yeah, he is.
That's why aren't they playing his song when they make it to Mars? He had to record a song that they're going to play when the shuttle lands on Mars as the first communication to potentially ETs.
Really?
Yeah, fun fact.
Yeah, that is cool.
I did not know that. So you're looking in Black
I'm
Eyed.
logging
And
in.
plus, you've...
And look,
you've
1st of October 2009, they played the Brisbane Entertainment Centre.
Black
That's when
Eyed
it would have
Peas.
been. I'm locking in that one.
And plus, you flirted with Fergie that night too much,
Yeah,
I
we
thought.
did. We got a
Oh,
one-on-one.
hello.
The
Yeah,
two of us
yeah.
got a one-on-one with Fergie at Suncorp Stadium, and
Yeah.
it was...
And we wasted 10 minutes of her life flirting with her. I don't think the interview ever even got to air because there was no questions asked. It was just, geez, you look good. Yeah, I think you look good as well. Yeah.
I had a
Pathetic.
dance off with the Black Eyed Peas. It was after their Big Day Out appearance, and I went to the after party in Sydney, and I was nobody, and I break into a lot of things, and I'd been to the toilet, and then I came out. I had toilet paper on my shoe. I fell over into Drew Barrymore. Then I staggered out because my jam came on, and I started taking on these two guys, and I later worked out it was the Black Eyed Peas.
Oh,
Little white
good.
girl. Now
That's Fergie. He was
Now
gonna
I am.
hustle on. But you can't pick the Black Eyed Peas. You got to pick your own.
No, I know. All right, I'm going to pick the Hilltop Hoods because they're Aussie boys.
Didn't you say you had party, but these guys too?
I did. This makes me sound like I've got a life. This was all in 2000 and... I was
you're a bloody
30.
piss
It was
pot,
my
aren't you?
30th. Yeah, well, I do like to get on it. Look. But it was all an accident because I was filming a show at the time and the Hilltop Hoods were on the show, and so me, Mick Malloy and the Hilltop Hoods went out to celebrate my 30th.
Mick Malloy's a bit of fun.
That's pretty cool.
He is a bit of fun. So I think we were all drinking absinthe.
Oh, cool.
And then I actually consummated, I conceived that night. Which is
when you got home?
Mick Malloy?
No.
Tell me it wasn't Mick.
Adam Malloy boy.
Tell me it was Mick.
One of the boys. So we got him.
Lock in the hoods, and in a move that would surprise no one that knows me for longer than 2 minutes, I'm going for something movie related. A little bit of Linkin Park. Transformers. They had a song for each of the first 3 movies. This is from the second. The movie's not great, but they not only wrote this song for the movie, but the score for the film was also co-written by them as well. This is one of my favourite tracks from them, and one of my favourite groups. So New Divide, Linkin Park. We got the Hilltop Hoods, Lady Gaga, Paparazzi. I Got a Feeling, Black Eyed Peas. Up to vote very, very shortly on the Ash Luttsy and Nikki Osborne Instagram page.
The Ash Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
I'm smarter than. I'm smarter than who?
The Brighton Answer Deal is here, with one lucky person winning $100,000 off the price of their new home every month. Drop into your nearest Brighton display home today.
Oh, we got Dylan out of Marsden.
Yep.
You there, mate?
Dylan. Yep.
You were named after Bob Dylan, were you?
Yep.
Were you really?
Nah.
Wonder if our Dylan was.
Have you been out? It might have been. He's very musical.
Yeah, he's a drummer.
Have you been off to see that new the Timothy Chalamet movie?
Nah, not yet, but I'm going to take my mum for her birthday.
I went and checked it out on Saturday night. It's good.
It looks alright.
Chalamet does all of the singing in the movie.
Yeah.
So when you see, it's actually him singing. He sounds pretty good.
Yeah, they reckon he was born for the role.
Didn't you say he's doing he's the musical act?
So this week on Saturday Night Live, Timothy Chalamet, Dylan, is not only the guest host of Saturday Night Live, he's also the musical act. So last week it was Dave Chappelle and then Glorilla.
Glorilla.
Yeah, it was good. And this week it's Timothy Chalamet and Timothy Chalamet. Pretty cool.
Do you know Glorilla? Yeah,
I don't know her.
Yeah, Glow was my most. It tells you what your most streamed song of.
Yeah,
really. Of the year was. Mine was Glorilla.
That filthy one.
Yeah, Glow. Oh man, that is a song.
No wonder your kids are train wrecks.
I'd pick it up. I'd play it. I'd play it when I'd pick up Archie from school. He hated it.
Fair dinkum. What chances
I'd
a
have
kid
Glorilla
got?
playing in the car. I really would. All right. Anyway, Dylan, it's a good movie. Okay.
Yep.
Now we're playing for $300. Let's go. 30 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. In the NATO phonetic alphabet, what word represents the letter A?
Alpha.
Andrew Lofthouse was a renowned newsreader for which TV channel?
10.
What grain is a key ingredient in arancini?
Rice.
Alexander Graham Bell is credited with inventing the first what?
Not sure. Pass.
What is 24 times 4?
96.
Need a ruling.
I'm saying yay.
I'm saying Ian, but he passed anyway, so we're going to run out of time because we had to. He passed on the question number 4.
We accept that.
Accept the answer.
We're accepting the answer to question 5.
Geez, Lofty only retired 2 days ago.
Well, because it was. Yes.
Fair dinkum.
That came around quick, didn't it?
What the hell?
Yes, and Andrew, great bloke, by the way.
We should acknowledge
We ran
Lofty.
the marathon with Lofty in 2015, the New York Marathon. He's a great bloke.
Yeah,
I saw him at the airport.
I reached out to him yesterday and just said on behalf of the whole team and everything like that, he sent us a beautiful message back saying respect, love all our work, and wanted to pass on his regards to all our listeners too and thank them. So great work.
Yeah, great bloke. And
onwards and upwards, brother.
Incredible career as well.
Yeah.
So well done to him. Let's bring in the Gimp.
Oh, no.
You keep saying you got questions for me.
He'll let him out of the cage for 2025.
Something you call a quiz, but confess. These gimps are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. These gimps are gonna walk all over you.
Nikki, that is Gary. You'll get to know Gary.
Oh, okay.
He might even write a special GIMP just for you.
Oh, excellent.
That sentence doesn't make sense, but it will.
No, he'll
I'll catch up.
Gary, if you're listening, he's listening. Don't worry about that.
All right, Nikki, you're unbeaten. You're looking to make it $400. Let's go. 30 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. In the NATO phonetic alphabet, what word represents the letter A?
Oh, my God. Pass.
Andrew Lofthouse was a renowned newsreader for which TV channel?
Pass.
What grain is a key ingredient in arancini?
Rice.
Alexander Graham Bell is credited with inventing the first what?
Balloon.
What is 24 times 4?
No idea.
Stop the clock.
Oh, dear.
Wow.
Oh, dear.
No, we've gone the distance.
We've had our first issue. Oh, dear.
It happens to the best of us, doesn't it?
You know what's funny? I started listening, then I started not listening.
Yeah,
like you were
then you're
saying the
gone.
questions, and I was just...
Might as well have been speaking Spanish.
I know.
Yep.
Oh, names. I'm so bad at names.
And 2 passes, your brain just wasn't on. It happens.
No, I didn't even hear the name
That's
of the
what I'm-
journo. I'm just not here.
Yeah, Andrew Lofthouse.
Okay, well, there's
happens.
no need for a Tuco today. Oh, there's a cheeky little grin from Dylan here.
Yeah,
Looking for his first
Dylan
victory.
is happy.
I thought I was going to lose it for sure.
Well,
No.
let's see. In the NATO phonetic alphabet, what word represents the letter A? Nikki said pass. Well, that starts with a P.
Thanks a lot, Ash.
Dylan said alpha, and alpha is correct. Do you know the rest of it?
I've got a feeling Ash does.
Oh, alpha, beta.
No, I don't actually.
I thought you can do the whole thing. What do you do?
Oh, in the NATO phonetic alphabet. Yeah.
You do the whole thing, don't you? What is
thought-
wrong with you?
I thought NATO had something to do with space.
You know the whole
Oh,
NATO.
yeah, this is the Alpha Bravo Charlie one. Yes,
That's the
yeah.
whole thing, but yeah.
But I thought that was like...
No, it's
What
a
is-
NATO.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
I've got you. 1-0 Dylan. Now, Andrew Lofthouse, a renowned newsreader for which TV channel? Channel 9. And
I should have just said 9 because he sounds sporty.
No, he was
he's
the
a
actual
newsreader.
17 years.
He retired 2 days ago.
I'm sure he gyms. Look.
No, he's
You
a
know,
fit guy. We went the New York Marathon with him, for real.
Well, I did. Luttsy was a
Well, I walked.
fair way away. I ran it with Lofty.
It's good for you. I did not
You were
run the
dealing
New York
with
Marathon.
Luttsy didn't run. In
after
fact,
the
there's
first kilometre.
speculation he might have
Dealing
caught
with
a
a
cab
lot-
up to
doing-
the finish
I
line.
was
but
dealing with a lot of things.
Never been dealt with. It's 1-0, top of the third. What grain is the key ingredient in arancini? You both said rice. That's correct. So no pantsing today, but it's 2-1. Dylan 2 to play. Alexander Graham Bell is credited with inventing the first
Ding, ding.
telephone.
Is it a coincidence that his name was Bell?
It makes sense.
It does make sense, but
Yeah.
it is a coincidence.
That is weird, isn't it? Yeah.
What did Dylan say?
He didn't know either.
I have no idea.
Well, see, at least I had a crack with balloon.
Mate,
You invented the first balloon. Holy crap, these things blow up. It'd be great for birthday parties.
And so he moved on to creating zeppelins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2-1 and 24 times 4. Nikki said, I have no idea. Dylan had a crack at it. We accepted the answer as 96. That's correct. 3-1 victory. Dylan, you're smarter than Nikki.
Well, it doesn't take a scientist to work that one out.
You know,
Hey,
First
look,
victory for one of the listeners.
$300.
Yeah.
look, I'm just feeling generous today. I'm swearing, I'm losing
Good on you.
this.
You're
Like,
just a money
everyone's
tree.
getting all the money. Just shake me and I jingle.
So I thought you were going to drop an F-bomb or something.
No.
Yeah. But
I've
no.
been told not to do it anymore, specifically.
Hey, what about, can you do a trip to the cave?
Yeah, mate. No
Oh, my
worries.
favourite
Yeah.
bit, the
Stick a
cave.
broom
Stick
ass,
around, I'll
sleep
sweep
on
the floor. I knew that was coming. Down the bottom, there might be something.
How dare you?
There might be something.
What have you
for
got down the
Dylan.
bottom? Oh, I got 4 tickets to a complete unknown. The Timothy Chalamet. This is the movie we were just talking about. Bob Dylan in this movie. It's opening tomorrow, I think, in cinemas. So 4 tickets there. And I'll tell you what, I'll also give you a $100 Hey Chica voucher. Which is one of my favourite spots in the Valley. Hey Chica, you get all sorts of like tacos and margarita. Ooh.
Dinner and a movie. Dylan doesn't have to spend $1 on his
Dinner
mum's
and a-
birthday
Dinner
now.
and a movie, boy.
No, he's swiping
Listen to
right
it.
now,
Look.
trying to find someone to go to Hey Chica.
There
You
you
can't
go.
shut him up. Listen to him. He's so
Yeah.
happy.
What are you doing there? You're multitasking people. I mean, focus.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Did anything stand out to you from the Trump inauguration?
Speaking of things that stand out,
What were your highlights?
I didn't see much. What did you see?
I didn't see much either because too busy working. But
Because we addressed the weird salute yesterday, didn't we?
yeah, and
He seems to have got
online-
away with that. I thought that was going to be a bigger deal. I thought that would be like really.
You know what? I think it's because he's on the spectrum. Everyone's gone,
Elon.
Yeah.
We're talking about, yeah.
Oh, really?
because Elon's on the spectrum.
I don't think he understands what he's... That's what people are saying. He doesn't understand what he's doing. I'm
No.
calling BS on that. I'm with Nick. I hate to be a conspiracy theorist.
You think he did it on purpose?
Nick and I think that he knows what he's doing. He could be the next Dr. Evil.
Oh, could you imagine? I mean, he doesn't have to, like, when everyone's going, he should apologise. To who? He owns the planet.
Well, that's it. He's got the loudest megaphone on the planet with X there, and you didn't see much of it on there. So I wonder if he was. Because I follow X. I wonder if it wasn't. I didn't see it as a big deal on Instagram or anything really. Like
I saw a
thought
little bit
it'd
of
be
it
a
on
firestorm
X.
that, but it wasn't.
No, he just
I don't
said,
reckon he was
"Oh."
doing it. I don't think he was doing it deliberately though. You
I
reckon he
don't
did it
think
deliberately?
so.
Well, Nick and I the more I watch it, I think it's so like...
I really hope it wasn't deliberately because then we're in a
if
world
he
of
is
hurt.
unaware of the historical implications of that, how can he be such a genius and not know that?
I thought you hit it on the head perfectly yesterday when you said he's just a nerd. Like
Yeah.
I reckon he went to do like an Usain Bolt or something cool and just
forgot an
mistakenly
arm.
did
Like a
something
cricketer.
that was interpreted the other way.
I spoke to Chris Lynn about this yesterday. He's king of the nerds in cricket.
Yeah.
He's the only cool cricketer in the world.
Yeah, he's not the best one to talk to then.
No, but he did say
He's on
that
an insight.
He's got teammates that would do that, not
yeah.
knowing that
There's
they're
my point.
being fascists.
That's
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
your mum's called in, Mrs. And
Your
I saw this up on the board earlier today, and I was like, the last I heard of you, Mrs. Luttrell, was as I was. Oh, hello, by the way, Happy New Year and all that.
Good morning.
Welcome back. You there?
Good morning.
Hello.
Happy New Year to you all.
Yes.
And a special Happy New Year and welcome to Nikki.
Thank you so much. I read your text that you sent to Luttsy on Monday, and I really appreciated that. That was very nice.
Oh, you're amazing, Nikki. You're going so well. I'm just wondering about that name, Osborne, because that's a very special name to me. I've got very special neighbours.
Yeah, your great mate Ozzy.
In the apartment next to me, Nikki.
And do they
very
spell it the
special,
same?
kind people. And they're Osborne. And I call him, everyone calls him Ozzy, and Heather and Ian, that is, Ian Osborne.
So I was there, I didn't even know that. I thought his first name was Ozzy.
No, it's Ian.
I also didn't know that we were notoriously nice people, the Osbornes, but this is nice to
you'd
hear.
have to be. Yeah. I said to Heather yesterday, do you think Nikki might be related? And Heather said, I don't think so. But anyway.
It's a popular name.
Good story.
Do they have 11 toes too?
Ozzy got 11 toes, Mrs. Luttrell.
They start Ozzy on his...
Now, that was very nice of you to welcome Nikki to the show, but like, have you been paid yet? Because this has been an ongoing
No,
concern.
I have not.
No.
I have not.
Who
I have
owes
to
you money?
send out
Who owes you money?
Well, it's, I did a promo last year.
Last year?
Yes.
Yeah, it's last year.
When it was requested of me, I did it,
Yeah, on time and professionally.
On time
One
and
take.
did it one take, did it very professionally, and for where I live here at Burnborough, and I just, they promised me...
You haven't seen the coin?
No coin.
I got nothing.
Do you do an invoice, or how does this work?
No, she
Because
didn't
from
invoice.
my,
Yeah,
from my end, it relies on Luttsy bringing it up at our team meetings.
Yeah.
On a daily basis. Now, listen, Mum hasn't been paid yet.
Because all I get
Can
is...
we sort this out?
my end,
Yes,
I haven't been
I
paid
understand
yet,
what
so
you.
I
where
don't
you're
want to be
coming
part of
from.
this either.
I'd just like to clear it up now so we can move forward.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
I
I'd
can
like-
bring my family in as well, because I'm not bringing in my mum unless she's getting good coin either.
100%, exactly, right?
Exactly, well, this is what it's all about, where I'm promoting the show
That's
all
it.
the time here at Burnborough.
Against
and,
your will.
Yeah, no, she does it as long as she gets, professionals.
I love that. She goes, you're doing your bit. You're out there at Burnborough promoting the show as best you can, like on a daily basis.
And Burnborough tell me they paid up,
Yeah,
so it's not Burnborough.
so it's not Burnborough paid Nova.
Who is it then?
Nova holding back.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Nova holding back,
Yeah.
so I thought, maybe, they've got something against me or something, but obviously
I
not.
don't want to run it through my thing because then I get taxed. So I want her to do it independently.
Yeah.
Well, see, I'm at that stage of life where I don't, tax and super and all that is
ridiculous.
long gone, so
At your age.
I'm just doing it bit of a job, at my age.
It's a cashy on the side.
it's a cashy
it should
on the
just be a
side,
cashy,
yes.
really.
Yeah, it pays for my dinners at Norse Devils. This stuff, it's
You
important.
don't make your mum.
No, Mum shouts at Norse.
Do you always shout at North, Mrs. Luttrell?
Yeah, she does.
Oh, that's fine because, I'm not cooking the meal here.
If you
we
were
go there
going
and
to look after him, you shouldn't have had him.
That's it.
And if you're not at home, if you're out for dinner, you don't have to put his laundry on afterwards either.
Yeah.
Well, that's right, Nikki. No, I don't have to do that. We just sit and relax, and we have lots of friends coming through all the time to have a chat to at North.
Sometimes I'll have an espresso martini.
Yeah, we have that together sometimes. It's our fave, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, then you'd hit the pokies
Good
after
friend
those,
Ellie.
wouldn't
No,
you?
we don't touch the pokies.
Don't
No, we're
touch
not
the
pokey people.
No,
No, we're not.
No,
No.
I can vouch for that. I stay away from Okay, we don't like the pokies.
So was there a reason? What'd you ring up for? I'm trying to work out.
She's trying to get us $700.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know where we take it.
There's a lot of interest on it when you think about
There's
it.
interest.
There's interest. A good
Yeah,
point.
well, it had to
you
be
made a good
since
point.
last October.
Because if we get a bill, right? If people like us get a bill and we don't pay it, what happens? They up it.
Yeah, you get a final notice.
Final notice.
Is this the
Yeah.
final notice?
So this is the final notice.
This is the final notice. So
Yeah,
who's the
well-
authority is going to come in and say that she's getting paid?
Well, we've told the group program director in Sydney.
He was here
He
yesterday.
was here, so he heard it.
I can vouch for that too.
Other than that-
it's gone to the very, very
Well,
top.
Lachlan Murdoch is the only person above it at this point.
So it's a threat? Pay up or what? Like, is this what's going on?
Or they won't have my services.
Okay. Well,
That's it.
They're on notice.
Yeah.
On notice.
Yeah.
What are you giving them?
I
End of the
think
week?
you-
Till the end of the
I
week?
think
Close the business
End of the
Friday?
week. Let's make it the end of the week, yeah.
Okay.
I was going to alert Five Arms. I don't know how much power he's got.
Yeah, five arms could be the answer.
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah.
That's actually the group. That's the guy. That's
He's
the
the
group
guy in
PD.
Sydney that we escalated it to.
Mm.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see how we go with you. But anyway, it was nice of you to spend 30 seconds welcoming Nikki and 4.5 minutes trying to get $700.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
So the Courier Mail yesterday
Yeah.
had a poll online which stopped me from scrolling. With the tennis playing at the moment, it said, should women be getting the same pay as the men even though they're only playing three sets to 5 sets?
It's been the ongoing chestnut.
And there
Been
was
around
a
for a long time.
whole heap of people just going, nope, they don't deserve to have the same amount of pay. Yes, Ash with his hand up.
Question, Nikki. At short notice, Miss, do they do share this?
They have the same pay.
They do, yeah.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have the same pay.
Yeah, so it's been an ongoing thing, that.
I think with tennis, tennis is it's entertainment. It's show business. Like when it comes, all the money comes from the revenue, or most of the money comes from the revenue generated for TV rights. And I believe it is the case that the women generate the TV ratings. That the same people watch that regardless of the time frame, they've got the eyeballs on them.
Yeah,
They do.
therefore they totally warrant the equal
But
prize
they
money.
also have strict programming hours. So, they can't fill a program with games that go on forever. So they have to shorten someone's, and they've shortened the women's. But also, have women ever been offered 5 sets?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
Because that was my response. I'm like, well,
I can't remember there ever being
to
a
be
time
fair,
when I've gone that.
I don't think
No.
we've ever been offered to play 5 sets. So it seems a bit unfair that, if we don't have that opportunity, we're docked pay. But the reason why I fired up is because over in Germany, there was a ski, what was it, downhill ski?
Yeah.
No, it was ski jump.
Ski
A
jump.
ski jump.
Yep.
The guy who won got $3,000. The woman who won got a bag of toiletries. And
But
bless
what was it
her,
worth? Because some of that stuff's expensive.
Valued at roughly $180.
well, if it was Aesop, it was probably worth more.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But-
Some of that stuff gets up
But
there.
she was such a
Like if
trooper
she got
about
a new
it.
3-ply.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
You get the eye cream. Woo.
If they're doing that, they're almost taking the piss.
Well, you think they're taking the piss,
Yeah.
but no. And she was a really good sport about it. She's like, yeah, they said they didn't have 500 left over, so they gave me this gift bag. But I don't want to make a big fuss about it because I don't want to be seen as a feminist. Now let's bring it to
Karen.
my story.
Should be
Or a
called- yeah,
Karen.
yes,
Or
Karen.
just someone who wants to get paid for what they do for a living, maybe.
Yeah, like Mrs. Luttrell.
But yeah, she
Exactly.
needs to get paid.
Exactly.
But I had a scenario once where I was up for a reality show.
Yeah.
I won't name it
Why not?
because What? I won't name it because the person who made the misdemeanor in my story probably isn't there anymore, so I don't want to drag a show down by someone who's probably not there.
Gotcha.
But my manager, bless him, at the time would just forward the whole email chain so I could see all the conversations in the background. And it was myself and another male comedian up for this reality show. And they were talking about pay and everything, and I was reading it. They said, okay, hold the phone. We're just trying to lock in all the men first. Then we'll come back to the women with what's left over.
I mean, that's not funny at all.
What sort of idiot would write that in an email to start with?
And
unless it's 1841.
I did
Did you lose it? Yes.
I lost it.
Yeah.
And I said I would rather lick the road than be on this show.
Yeah.
I was so angry because it keeps happening and happening. And then people are saying, no, there's no gender pay gap. And I'm like, well, yes, there bloody is. But here are the two examples. So, yeah, the women should get paid the same at the tennis. I'm fired up now.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you guys get paid? Only joking.
Is this you fired up?
No, you're not.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
God, did you see that there's a big weather event happening here? It's going to go maximums of 45 degrees in the western areas.
Ipswich.
Well, that's out the west.
I know they always have these headlines going, it's going to be 45, and you
That's hot,
always know
man.
it's just going to be Ipswich.
Yeah, but
And you think it's going to be
what's
you.
that here? If
I
it's
think it's
45, it should
30
be 40 here, won't it?
No, 30, 36, is that what it's going to be today?
That was the predicted top for
I mean,
36 today, 38 tomorrow, or 39
36. 36 degrees today, they reckon Brisbane's forecast. The Gold Coast is going to hit 33. It was a bit cooler on the coast. Okay.
People need to drive more safely. I find people drive like lunatics when it gets really hot like this because everyone's hot and bothered. And they get flustered. Yeah, aircon in the car, but they're
Does
all
every
hot
car
and-
have aircon, by the way?
Some of the Ubers I get it don't. Recently.
They don't.
Unless they're our sponsor, of course, which case I love it.
The cabs.
I don't even know who the sponsor is. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. My ones I drive do, mate.
I think pretty much most do now.
Mine needs a bit of work. It's like up full ball, and I think that's about 20%.
Needs
But,
some regassing.
Gets full by the time I get home, then it's cool. I'm like, well, help to me now. I'm parked out in the street at the moment. It'll be cooked by the time I get in here.
Remember your old man once, Wally, the great Wally Lewis, was driving. He got a new car and he was driving it around for a year or so, including the whole. And it was an expensive car. It was like a Merc or something like that. But he was driving around for a year, and he's like, I love the car, but the seats are freaking hot. But the whole time he had the seat warmers on, like through the whole of the Queensland summer as well.
That's one of the most annoying
You got to be
things.
careful.
I had an ex-girlfriend that would just... I don't even know how she'd do it. I'd be driving, and somehow she'd just...
Flick it on.
Yeah, she'd go, look at that over there, and I'd go, and then she'd just go, bang, and hit my seat, and then I'd just be... your ass is on fire. It's like, it's summer, and you're like sweating and going...
I think we're all guilty of doing that.
Have you done that to someone?
Yeah. No,
That's-
I've done
that's-
it to myself, and then I'm driving along going, oh, is this the pause? Am I getting the pause?
Oh, is that what you can hear?
I'm hot and I'm angry.
My
What is
anal
this?
glands gets up there above 40.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.